The automobile Malus tax is a levy applied to vehicles based on their CO₂ emissions. The more a vehicle pollutes, the higher the additional tax its owner will have to pay. This tax aims to reduce pollution and encourage the purchase of eco-friendly vehicles, such as hybrid or electric models. Currently, the Malus is calculated based on CO₂ emissions measured in grams per kilometer traveled. If a vehicle exceeds a certain threshold, an extra charge is added to the purchase price. Stricter criteria for 2025. In 2025, the Malus system will evolve with stricter criteria. The CO₂ emission threshold will be lowered, meaning more vehicles will be affected. The government aims to reduce pollution, especially in urban areas where the environmental impact is highest. The emission threshold could drop from 138 gkm to 125 gkm, affecting a greater number of vehicles. Cars emitting over 200 gkm may face a significantly higher Malus, potentially reaching thousands of euros. This tightening of the criteria is designed to encourage consumers to buy cleaner vehicles. The 2025 Malus will work progressively. The higher the CO₂ emissions, the higher the tax. For example, a vehicle emitting between 125 and 130 gkm could incur a Malus of $500 to $1,000. A vehicle emitting over 200 gkm could face a Malus of $10,000 or more. Who will be most affected? The most impacted vehicles will be high-performance gas-powered vehicles, such as powerful SUVs and sports cars. However, it is not just luxury cars that will be affected. Popular models, such as compact SUVs and some sedans, may also fall under the new regulations. Thus, it is essential for buyers to check a vehicle's CO₂ emissions before purchasing it. Hybrid and electric vehicles. Favorable treatment. Conversely, hybrid and electric vehicles will receive more favorable treatment. Electric vehicles which produce zero CO₂ emissions will be exempt from the Malus. Hybrid vehicles may benefit from reduced or even full exemption, provided they meet strict environmental standards. Hybrid cars that consume less fuel and emit lower CO₂ levels will be widely encouraged. How to avoid a high Malus in 2025. If you plan to buy a car in 2025, here are some tips to avoid paying a high Malus. 1. Opt for an electric or hybrid vehicle, as these models benefit from significant tax reductions. 2. Check the CO₂ emissions of any car you plan to buy. Many websites and mobile apps provide easy access to this information. 3. Consider buying a used vehicle, as they generally have lower CO₂ emissions than new models. Impact on car dealers and the market. The 2025 Malus will not only affect buyers, but also dealers and car sellers. They will need to adapt to the new regulations, promote eco-friendly vehicles, and properly advise customers on CO₂ emissions. This reform may also influence vehicle prices, with a possible price drop for polluting models and higher prices for eco-friendly vehicles. Conclusion: a major shift in auto policy. The 2025 automobile Malus tax represents a major change in car regulations. Its goal is to reduce CO₂ emissions and promote cleaner vehicles. If you want to avoid a high Malus, consider buying a hybrid or electric car. Also, make sure to understand CO₂ emission criteria before purchasing a vehicle in 2025, as the tax on polluting vehicles will become a key factor in vehicle selection. Proper research will be crucial to making an informed purchase.